Banks are ending their auto lending programs. They are also lowering the credit limits on people's credit cards. How can you prepare to make sure that this doesn't happen to you? Banks are starting to tighten up all of their lending in their institutions because the economy is still not where everyone wants it to be. And guess what? Interest rates are still sky high. So on today's episode, I'm going to talk about the top 3 ways to keep your credit score fresh and as high as possible so you can be prepared for any type of lending and you do not get declined. Because right now, we're seeing the highest amount of denials for any type of lending from credit cards and especially with auto loans. Auto loans has jumped 17% in auto application denials. That is the highest in American history. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike the Credit Guy. I'm the owner and founder of Limitless Culture. We created the most advanced DIY credit management system in the industry. Our system allows you to take control of your credit, creating custom Metro 2 attack letters every single round, never using templates, for only $55.99 a month. Link is always going to be in the description. Now let's get into this video. Number 3 is one of my ultimate favorites. That is banking with a credit union. We give you lots of information of how to join credit unions and which ones are the best. It is very important to understand why this relationship is super important, because credit unions, even in an economic downturn, always stand by their members. So you can go after a personal loan to kill some of that debt and consolidate it into one lump sum payment. This is why credit unions are better than traditional banks, because credit unions put their money back into their members as opposed to banks give their money to their shareholders. This is why it's important that you establish a relationship for 6 to 8 months with a credit union. Open up a checking and savings, do a direct deposit, do a secured loan, do that for 6 to 8 months, and then you're going to qualify for any of their products. As an example, Navy Federal will give you a personal loan all the way up to $50,000 with just stated income. Then you have BCU that offers lines of credit all the way up to $30,000. All of those are totally attainable for everyday people if you establish a relationship with the credit union first and then you go after those products. And the majority of the time, they don't even give you a hard inquiry to see if you qualify for one. So that is number 3. The best option is bank with a credit union, because no matter what happens in the economy, the credit union will have your back. Number 2 is one of my all-time favorites. It's kind of a dual 2 pieces, okay? So just bear with me. So as you can see, this is one of my wallets with credit cards. This is actually a pretty cool credit card. This is not a plug for this company, but check it out, see? So I got all my extra credit cards right there, and I got my primaries right there. Pretty dope. But why are these credit cards so important? These credit cards are super valuable because if someone adds you on as an authorized user to a $25,000, a $10,000, a $40,000 credit card, it can instantaneously boost your credit score because you're adding an additional line of credit to your credit profile that is larger, and you're also adding age of credit. You want something with more than 5 years to have high impact. Listen, I have a special rule. It's called the 10 and 10 rule. If someone adds you on as an authorized user to their credit card and has 10 years of credit history, that's 10 years of payment history, and then it has a $10,000 credit limit or higher, that is super high impact. And you're gonna see your credit score shoot to the moon. Now, if you have a bunch of negatives on there, guess what? It ain't gonna have that much of an impact. It's gonna have some positive impact, but the negatives are going to weigh it down. But if you don't have any negatives and you get added on to an authorized user account like that, oh my God, you're going to be shocked. So remember the 10 and 10 rule and let it stick with you for life because it is very valuable. Now also, remember, ask for credit limit increases on your credit cards. Requesting credit limit increases is super important to every credit profile. You need to request these because when you request a credit limit increase, you're going to raise your available credit, which is going to lower your utilization and raise your credit score. You see what we just did there? This is very important. With every credit card, you can request it every 6 to 8 months, at least once every 6 to 8 months. Once a year is pretty standard. Now, if you're a Navy Federal member, you can request inside the app every 100 days for a credit limit increase. Now, don't ask for more money if you're already carrying a balance. Remember, you can't borrow $100 from me, pay me $20, and then say, hey, can I get another $100? No, every bank is gonna deny you just like I would. So just use common sense, pay down your balances, and then request a credit limit increase. You can get a credit limit increase with a Chase credit card in the app with no hard inquiry. You can ask American Express to 3x your credit limit inside the app also, and Capital One, you can request a credit limit increase inside of their app also with no hard inquiry. Let's not forget that all Synchrony Bank credit cards will also let you get a credit limit increase with no hard inquiry. Those are all the store credit cards that you see out there. I think PayPal is also Synchrony Bank, or is it? I can't remember. But the Verizon wireless credit card, and also don't forget the Apple credit card. You can request a credit limit increase inside of the app also every 6 months. The 3-month credit limit increase is no longer active, but they are actively giving credit limit increases every 6 months if you're using the card and you pay it off in full. I have a bonus. Now the bonus is if you are renting, this is very important. You can add positive payment history to your credit files if you are renting an apartment or a home. Now there is a thing called Boom Report. Boom Report will report 24 months of previous rental history and then the current 12. Okay, that is 36 months of on-time payment history. So if you can add those 24 months of previous payment history, that is a huge amount of credit history that is going to be added to your credit profile. So it's going to have some type of positive impact. And then the next 12 moving forward is also great. That is like, I think it's like $12 a month for the Boom Report. Now it will report to all 3 credit reporting agencies, and this can help your credit profile by adding extra payment history. Listen, remind me to drop the link for Boom Report in the comment section. It's always going to be in the description, but if you want it in the comment section, remind me to drop it in there, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm human, I forget. Once the video releases, I'm like over in my own little world thinking about the next video. So the number one way to raise your credit score is going to be to focus on your utilization. Now, utilization is the balances that are reporting from your credit cards, only your credit cards, nothing else. Okay, remember what I just said, the balances that are being reported. This counts for 30% of your credit score, and this is why it is high impact. You need to keep it below 9% utilization at all times. The sweet spot is 0 to 6%. Don't believe me? Let me show you. So let's look at this chart. This is really important. This is directly from FICO. I want you to understand this is the number one problem that I see on credit reports all the time. People are carrying all the way up to 30% utilization, saying, well, somebody told me. No, listen, stop listening to those people. This is directly from FICO. Let's break it down. 0% utilization is going to get you 55 points. 1 to 6% is going to get you 65 points. You see the little asterisk there? The little asterisk means you can only get up to 10 points, minus the ones you've already received. So the maximum amount of points you can get for 1 to 6% utilization is going to be an extra 10 points. 7 to 9%, you're getting 50 points. As you increase in the balances that you carry, the more your score is going to drop. People don't get this. It is the number one credit score killer that I see all the time. Keeping your credit score as high as possible is always going to be important when we're going through any type of economical recession, because if you need something from a bank, you want to be prepared. Keep that credit score high and maximize every point that you possibly can. I hope you enjoyed the video. We covered the top 3 ways, well, really with some bonuses in there, on how to keep your credit score as high as possible and increase it as fast as possible. Now, if you have anything specific you want me to talk about, drop it in the comment section. Drop some emojis in there so we get this video going so more people can learn how to maximize their credit score. And don't forget to watch the next 2 videos because they are recommended by YouTube. And don't forget, subscribe to increase your credit score.